So we see some operators in the previous class with the arithmetic operator and the concatenate operator. Okay, so and comparison operators also we see. So what are the comparison operators we have? Okay, so we haven't seen the comparison operator, right? So let's get we'll see about the comparison operators. Okay. Okay, so comparison operators will help you to check the conditions with the so you and me are equal or not. So you is greater than on me or not. So if you want to compare the values, we will use the comparison operators. We want to perform any comparisons. So if you want to perform any comparisons, so we'll use that. Staff and employee. So now I want to compare. So I want to compare ename equals to performing here. So now I am comparing with all employee results. Okay, all the employee information I am taking here. Out of that, all the employee information, I'm comparing with ename equal to Smith. So I'm comparing. So whatever the names I'm going to match with here. Okay, just I have hard coded here with some value. Okay, from this place, it check for each and every record one time. So Smith, this will pass to here. Smith is equal to Smith, true. It displays it. Allen equal to Smith, not true. So it won't display. Like that, it check for all the values and display the required value for you. Okay, this is you are going to compare this. Okay, so you can able to compare this. What are the value you are going to search out of that value? So not that value. Okay, not equal to. Other than the Smith, what are the values you are going to fetch? We'll use the not equal to operator. So we can able to write not equal to in two ways. So exclamatory and equal to. So 13 values you are getting. So this is also not equal to. If you start like less than and greater than both at a time, so this treat like as a not equal to. Okay, so we have other things. Ename greater than Smith. Ename greater than Smith. Okay, so S is the string. So after S, what the values we have? W and T. S, T, U, V, W. These two letters are the greater words. These two are the greater words. Check here. You can able to check with the less than also. See, there is no other things. You got this value, right? So we want to compare with the less than greater than symbol. So that will work for the numerical values, not the character values. This is not the way correct to use the greater than and less than. So the interviewer may ask sometimes. So what will you get if I use the character for that? So if you want to compare the two characters, using the greater than, what will happen? You will get the results, but you cannot able to decide what the value you will get the first. See, this S is Smith. Okay, there is a value, right? So okay, this is a valid here. See, SM. This value is SC. This is smaller, right, compared to this. Okay, that's why you are getting here. Okay, so what we have other thing greater than or equal to. See, earlier you are getting only two values. Now you are getting this Smith also. Smith also. So what other operators we have? Greater than, less than, equal to, not in. Okay. So now we are checking the values here, right? So now I want to display the, now I want to display in. Now I need to search like a two employees. Now I want to search like a two employees. Smith is one, another is Watt, and another is Turner. So now I am trying to retrieve the three employee information from the employee table. So if I want to retrieve only one value, I will use the equal operator. So if I want to retrieve more than one value, if you want to retrieve more than one value, I need to use the in operator. In operator. Okay, in operator. So how the in operator will work here? So we see about the logical operator and or not we see, right? We completed that logical operators. We completed about and or not, correct? So how this, if we use the in operator, how that operator will work here? Okay, so ename equal to Smith ename equal to what? Ename equal to Turner. So check now. Now these three values are same. If I use the in operator, any one of the listed value. So in this list, any one of the listed value. So if we have all the values also, it displays all the values. Okay, so not in. Other than this listed values, what the values we have, if we want to pull that, so we want to pull that, we'll use the not in operator. Okay, so what we have other things. In, not in. So if you want to find out the multiple values, we'll use the in operator. Not in the sense, multiple values, you need to exclude the multiple values. Other than that, what the values we have, we need to find out in the sense, we'll use the not in operator. Okay, so between. Okay, between. So now I start from the employee. Now I need to retrieve the where salary equal to 800. Now I am able to retrieving the particular salary. So now I need to give who is earning from 5,000 to 10,000 in between. So which employee is getting the range of the salary is range between 5,000 to 10,000. I need to retrieve that. So in that case, we can use the between. So 5,000 and 10,000. So we have only one employee. So if I see like a 3,500 or 3,000 to 10,000. So you may get the three records, 3,000, 5,000. Okay, we don't have a greater than the 5,000 of salary. Okay, so not between. So not between. So now I can mention like up to 4,000. Now I am giving the range like this. Okay, if I use the not between. So what are the values we have in this particular range? It excludes that values. Other than that, what are the values we have? It will display. See, we have 5,000, right? So this below 3,000 you are getting, above 4,000 you are getting. Okay, so this is the between operator, not between. Okay, we'll see about this. And what we have, exist and not exist. So if I want to deal with exist, so you can able to achieve what are the things we have exist operator and in operator. Both will do the similar functionality, similar things. Okay, so if you want to check with the multiple column, if you want to check with the multiple values, so now you are using like a ename equal to Smith and Ward and Turner, right? So you are getting the data here. So now we can able to retrieve in the different way. We can able to retrieve in the different way. So where DEPT number equal to 10. So okay, so where DEPT number equal to 10. So whatever the employees we have, employee names, name. So what are the employees we have? I need to display select staff from employee where in. So we'll get the employee information like this. Okay, so sometimes so client will send some inputs. We'll store that inputs in some table. So treat like I say. See, now I'm creating some temporary table or client some new table.
సార్ ఫాంట్ సైజ్ కొంచెం ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తారా?
Okay, I will do it. Okay, now first I am creating some temporary table with some details. Okay, create table. So emp underscore bkp as select star from em. So what I am doing here, I am copying the data. I am copying the data from employee table to employee underscore bkp table. See, there is no table here. So this table is present. I am dropping this table. I drop my table. Okay. Now we don't have any EMP underscore BKP table. Now I'm creating the table with the employee table structure and the data. So whatever the columns we have in the employee table, whatever the data we have in the employee table, so I will get whole information in this. 15 rows with the same structure. Okay, now I have copied that. If I want to copy the data, if I want to copy the structure, table create statement we have, right? Create table, table name, column name, data type, column name, data type, we will write, right? So that we can copy simply using this. If we want to copy the table from one table to another table with the data, with the structure. So with the structure in the sense, I need only table creation. I need only table creation. So I need only data. So where 1 equal to 2. So what will happen if 1 equal to 2? Now you created the table with the structure and the data. So using this statement. Okay. Now I am dropping this table. Now I am using this table. So create table, new table name as select star from old table name. So now you are copying the data from this table to this. Okay. So while copying the data, now I am filtering the condition, filtering the data, like where 1 equal to 2. So 1 equal to 2 in the sense, it won't retrieve any data. It check for the conditions. It check for the conditions. The condition is not satisfied here. So you won't get any data here. You won't get any data here. So simply you are creating the table here. Now check in this. It created empty table. Without data, you created some table. Without data, you created some table. Okay. So now we see about the two ways. So creating the table without data, creating the table with the data. Now, if the table is already present, already present, okay, now the table is already present, simply you need to insert the data. Simply you need to insert the data. Insert into new table name, select star from old table name. So it simply copy the data from one table to another table. So if you want to copy the structure, we'll use the where 1 equal to 2. If you want to copy the structure and the data, create table as table name as select star from the old table name. So if you want to copy the data only, so you need to use the insert statement. Okay. So this is about the copy. So now we have the data. So now we have the emp underscore BKP table. Now we have the emp underscore BKP table. Now I am deleting some data in this. So now I'm deleting out of 14 records. I'm deleting 3 records, 10th department information. Now I deleted the data. Now we have the employee underscore BKP table is having 11 records. Okay, so why I created this? So you are working in the some office environment. So you like treat like I say bank account details. So you like you open the today bank. So like the banker will open a lot of bank accounts today. Okay, like hundreds of bank accounts has been opened today. The account information has came to us and loaded the data into our database. Okay, those people will build some flat file and send it into some .csv file. We taken that file and loaded into our database. Okay, now we loaded till the today's data. So tomorrow also open the bank. Bankers will open the bank and waited for the new customers, and the old new customers has came and the old customers also came for doing some updations, for doing some corrections. Okay, those people did some corrections. Those people send the updated account information and new account information as well. Okay, so updated information and new account information as well. So now I loaded the data into, now treat like as I loaded the data into EMP underscore BKP, EMP underscore BKP table. Okay, EMP underscore BKP table is having 11 records. Out of this, now I'm updating some information. So now I'm updating some information like this. Update EMP set salary equals to plus. So if I did know, what will happen? So anyone know, if I run this, the salary can increase with 1,000 rupees for each and every employee. Okay, see, 800 is become like a 1800. Okay, so 1600 is become like a 2600. Okay, now I updated the information. Okay, I updated the information. Now I am making like some new employees here. So I am making some new employees. Okay, now making like EMP number equals to okay. Okay, if people does not know about row number, right? So I will go with the 1. So now what will happen if I run this? If I run this, what will happen?
EMP number will be increased one digit.
Only our 2 employee numbers can increase at 1,000 salary.
To employ.
Sorry.
Salary will be changed for only 2 members and also increase the employee number.
Hello, someone is saying from online. Anya? Now I have the two new employee information. This 9 are the old employee information. Okay, so now I have this today's file. Now we have the today's information. Okay, this is my master table till yesterday. This is my master table till yesterday. Okay, now there is some employment change for a few employees. For few people are joined new. Okay, now I got the information from HR. Now I need to update. So who is having some updated information? I need to insert that. Sorry, I need to update that. So if anyone joined as a newly, I need to insert those people into employee information. Now, this is my master table. This is my master table. Now my EMP underscore BKP as having the treat like it like a new. So rename EMP underscore take new. So now this table is having both data. Okay, now this table is having both data. Now I need to know who are the existing employees in this table. Who are the existing employees in this table? So just I need to validate the data first. So if I want to perform any action, I need to validate myself. So let's start from EMP, where EMP number in like max, sorry, not max. Select EMP number from EMP underscore update underscore new. So these 9 employees has the old employees. These 9 employees are the old employees. So what I perform here. So this is your today's file. Okay, taking the employee numbers from this table. Okay, this 14, sorry, 11 employees we have in this today's file. So now I am finding with the 11 records in our master table, employee table, original table. So I am getting the out of 14, I am getting 9 values in this. Meaning is, so we have the 9 employee information is updated one. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాను, నా దగ్గర 14 రికార్డులు ఉంటాయి. 14 రికార్డులు మీ దగ్గర ఈ రోజు ఫైల్ ఏమొచ్చాయి, నీకు 11 రికార్డ్స్ వచ్చాయి. సో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 14 నీకు 11 రికార్డ్స్ లో ఎంతమంది న్యూ మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు, ఎంతమంది ఓల్డ్ మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు, ఓల్డ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు, న్యూ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు అని కనుక్కోవాలి. ఓకే, సో ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ who are the new employees, who are the existing employees. Okay, so now I want to find out who are the new employees, who are the oldest employees. Okay, so now we have the today's information is having the, I don't know, like who are the new, who are the existing employees. So now if I want to find out, so this is my total employee information. So out of this I am trying to search the any new employee, any existing employees is present in this table. So if employee is present in the employee table, so ఎవడైతే ఎంప్లాయీ టేబుల్లో ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నాడు, సో దాని మీనింగ్ ఏమని, సో ఈజ్ ఏ ఓల్డ్ ఎంప్లాయీ, ఈజ్ ఏ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఎంప్లాయీ. ఓకే, సో నౌ ఐ నీడ్ టు నో who are all not present, who are all the new employees. సో ఎలా కనుక్కోవాలి అప్పుడు, టుడేస్ టేబుల్లో నుంచి నీ దగ్గర ఉన్న హోల్ ఎంప్లాయీ లిస్ట్ ని ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ చేయాలి. Now you will get the new employee information. So if you want to find out the existing employee information also, you can able to find out using this. So today's data లో నుంచి in మనం by using in, you can able to find all the employee information at a time. If I use the not in, who are all not present in the master table, those are all the new employees. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఎవరికైనా ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? No doubt, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so now by using in operator we can able to achieve with this. You can able to achieve with the existing also. So see, so when we will go with the in, when you will go with the exist. So exist employee number. Where this is inner, right? I will use in I. This is outer. O data EMP number equal to I data EMP number. Okay, so now see, I'm getting the same results. I'm getting the same results. So here also I'm getting the 9 records. Here also I'm getting the 9 records. So when I will go with the in, when I will go with the exist. Okay, so if you want to know this, so see, just I am pressing F8 here, not F8, sorry, F10. 1 minute. Right click this, and go to the explain plan F10. 1 minute. So press F10, select that query and press F10. So cardinality is showing 11 and cast it is showing 7, 11, 14, 3. So ping this. Now I am running the same query. 7733. So no difference in this both. So actually in operator will give, in operator and exist operator will give the same performance. So in operator తో వర్క్ చేసిన ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఆపరేటర్ తో వర్క్ చేసిన రెండు ఒకేలాగా పనిచేస్తాయి. ఎప్పుడంటే నీకు ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ లిమిటెడ్, సో వెరీ లెస్ డేటా, సో థౌజండ్స్ ఆర్ లాక్స్ ఆఫ్ డేటా, థౌజండ్స్ లో ఉందనుకో నీ డేటా, ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ యూజ్ చేసిన ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఆపరేటర్ యూజ్ చేసిన రెండిటికి ఒకటేలాగా వర్క్ అవుతుంది, రెండిటికి ఎటువంటి డిఫరెన్స్ ఉండదు. If we are dealing with a huge amount of data, so millions of transactions or lakhs of transactions, in that case, if I use the exist operator, you will get very better performance compared to the in operator. So exist operator అనేది ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే, so you are going to search the employee information here based on a employee number. So whatever the employee numbers we have present in this employee table, for that employee numbers, we have total 11 numbers. So out of 11 we have 9 is present in the already master table. For that it displays the for each and every value true up to 9th record. Okay, so this other than that, what are the values we have, the new values, it displays false for the 2 records. True, it displays false. Okay, here you are dealing with the actual values. Name equal to Shiva, name equal to Shankar, name equal to Ravi. Okay, you are dealing with the actual values here. If we use the exist operator, so Oracle will derive some column with the Boolean values, So it derives some extra column like this. So E dot star true. So it derives some extra column here. So what are the values we have in this list? For that it displays true, 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 true. So what the other values we have, right? Not in. So not in. So place false value. It displays the false value for that. Okay. Displays false value. It club the two results. True values will put upside. False values will put the downside. Okay. If you are using exist, it fetch the all Boolean values. Sorry, all the true values. If you are using not exist. So if you are using not exist, fetch the false values. Okay, so if you are using the in operator, it deals with the actual values. Okay, if you are using with the exist operator, so what are the values you are searching? If the value is present in the search list, it displays true for that. True, true, true. If it is not in the list, it displays false, false, false. Okay, so while retrieving that, if you are using exist in the sense, it displays the all true values. So all true values. If you are using not exist, it displays all the false values. Okay, so అందువలన exist అనేది ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ డీలింగ్ విత్ ఇన్ ఆపరేటర్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే నువ్వు యాక్చువల్ వాల్యూస్ తోటి డీల్ చేస్తావు. నువ్వు ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఆపరేటర్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నావు అంటే ఇట్ డీల్స్ విత్ బూలియన్ వాల్యూస్. బూలియన్ వాల్యూస్ అంటే ఏంటంటే నువ్వు సెర్చ్ చేసే వాల్యూ ప్రజెంట్ ఉంది అంటే సో దానికి ఒక కాలం ఎక్స్ట్రా డిరైవ్డ్ కాలం అన్నట్టు చేస్తుంది. డిరైవ్డ్ కాలం డిఫైన్ చేయదు, అది బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ లో ఒక వాల్యూని డిరైవ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ట్రూ 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 ప్రతి రికార్డ్కి, ఆల్ ప్రెజెంటెడ్ రికార్డ్స్ కి ట్రూ డిరైవ్ చేసుకుంటుంది, నాట్ ప్రెజెంటెడ్ రికార్డ్స్ కి ఫాల్స్ డిరైవ్ చేసుకొని నువ్వు వాల్యూస్ రిట్రీవ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ట్రూ వాల్యూస్ నీకు ఇస్తుంది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ వాటి. సో ఫాల్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తే నీకు నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫాల్స్ వాల్యూస్ని ఇస్తుంది. అర్థమైందా? సో ఎనీవన్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ డౌట్?
I will take in one.
So you can use anything here. It won't bother about that. So it won't check for that. It won't check for that.
Okay.
So if I use the star, it check for the whole columns. So no use if I use one column, if I use the whole columns, no use here. So why should I waste my memory to take that? Instead of that, simply I am mentioning like a 1. So see here, what will happen? Select star from EMP. Now I am getting 14 records. Okay, select star from dual. I am getting 1 record here. Select 1 from dual. I am getting 1. If I use the select 1 from employee, I am getting 1 1 1 like a 14 times. So instead of all columns, it displaying for each and every record 1 1 1 1 like that 14 times. If the table is having 100 record, it displays 1 1 1 like a 100 times. Okay, so if I use the star, it wastes my unnecessarily. It is wasting my memory and time. No use for this column for me. So I am using here this condition. So whatever the column we have, that condition is enough for me. So no need to use unnecessarily this all the columns. Okay. Anyone having any other doubts? If you are dealing with the less amount of data, you will go with the in operator. If you are dealing with the huge amount of data, then you will go with the exist operator.
అలియాస్ ఇవ్వకుండా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ వర్క్ కాదా సార్?
ఇక్కడ
ఈఎంపి అప్డేట్ న్యూ ఇచ్చారు కదా.
Unnecessarily, why should we will go with the see, I need to give like this. I need to give like this. So without giving this, without giving this, what will happen? So now I haven't provided any alias name, just I am taking directly a reference of my original objects. Okay, now you are saying without referencing, without providing alias name. So if I write like this, what will happen? Correct?
Yes.
Get the confusion for the system. So it get the confusion for the system. So this employee number is I need to take from the new table or I need to take from the old table. The system get confusion with the column ambiguously defined. So what will happen here? You know, what is happening here? So happening here. So you provided some condition here. Okay, so you provided some condition here, so you will get the error. System is taking the same column is present in this table, right? So it is taking the values with the same column. This is not taking from this object. This is directly taking from this object. అర్థమవుతుందా లావణ్య?
Yes, sir.
So you need to take the reference. So you need to compare, right? So you are not at all comparing here. You simply so 1 equal to 1 in the sense true. So నీ వాల్యూ నీకు ఎప్పుడు ట్రూనే కదా, నువ్వు నీకు సమానం ఎప్పుడు కూడా.
Yes.
So లావణ్య ఈక్వల్ టు లావణ్య ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ ట్రూ. సో నువ్వేం చేస్తున్నావు, ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్. సో 1 equal to 1 is always true. So but you are not comparing anything here. So you want to, this is we can say exist operator. So ఇక్కడ రాసింది ఏమవుతుంది అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ నెస్టెడ్ క్వరీ ఆర్ ఇన్నర్ క్వరీ. సో దీన్ని మనం ఏమని కాల్ చేయొచ్చు అంటే సబ్ క్వరీస్ అంటారు, సబ్ క్వరీస్. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ కాలం వాల్యూ ఇఫ్ యూ పాస్, ఇక్కడ ఏం రాసాము, వేర్ ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 to 3. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ 1 to 3, so what you are performing here, you just simply written some select query here.
Okay.
So this we can call it as a subquery. Okay, so this we can say subquery. So if you are maintaining any relation between inner query and outer query, so you are maintaining some relation. So from outer query to inner query, this condition you are going to check for each and every record. This is we can say correlated subquery. Correlation, you and me are same or not. You are always checking with the you and me like that. If you have 10 rows, the 10 rows will match. Try to check with all the 10 rows are match with me or not. అర్థమవుతుందా? మనం కోరిలేటెడ్ సబ్ క్వరీ అంటాం. ఎందుకు అంటే అవుటర్ క్వరీ నుంచి ఇన్నర్ క్వరీకి రిలేషన్ ఉంది అన్నమాట. నువ్వు డిస్ప్లే చేసే ప్రతి రికార్డు ఆ రికార్డ్ ఈ రికార్డ్తో మ్యాచ్ అవుతుందా లేదా, ఈ టేబుల్లో ఉన్న రికార్డ్తో మ్యాచ్ అవుతుందా లేదా అని చెక్ చేసి నువ్వు రికార్డ్ని డిస్ప్లే చేస్తావు. సో దీన్ని కోరిలేటెడ్ సబ్ క్వరీ అంటారు. ఈ కేసులో ఏమవుతుందంటే దీన్ని సబ్ క్వరీ అంటారు. ఏమవుతుందంటే ఫస్ట్ ఈ క్వరీ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యి ఈ క్వరీలో వచ్చిన అవుట్పుట్ని ఇన్పుట్గా పాస్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఈ క్వరీకి ఈ వాల్యూస్ అన్ని 7369, 7499, 7521 అని చెప్పి ప్రతి వాల్యూని కామా సెపరేటర్ తోటి ఉంచి నీకు కావాల్సిన వాల్యూస్ అన్నిటిని తీసిస్తుంది. సో ఫస్ట్ ఇన్నర్ క్వరీ విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ హియర్, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద ఇన్నర్ క్వరీ రిజల్ట్ ద అవుటర్ క్వరీ విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్. Okay, so in this case, this is correlated subquery. First, outer query will execute here, then the inner query will execute to check for each and every record. If the table is having like 11 records here, that inner query will execute 11 times. This query will execute 11 times. So for that reason, it is saying like a correlation. Inner query and outer query is having any relation between these two queries, we can call it as a correlated subquery. We will get some topic in the later class. You no need to worry. So this is about exist operator. Okay, now we have other thing like a select star from employee. Now we have the commission column is having some null values. Okay, now where commission equals to null. You are not getting the data.
Is now.
Okay. Okay, now we can able to get the 300. So now you have the commission like one of the employees having the 300 value. So now you are getting the value. So most of the people does not have the commission. Most of the people does not have the commission. All the employees having the null for that all the employees. Okay, so you can able to retrieve actual values. You are not able to retrieve the null values here, correct? So now I am going to display the not equal to 300. Not equal to 300 in the sense how many values we have? So total 14 we have. Out of this, one record is having the 300. So you are excluding that. So see here, you will get only three records. Okay, so you are not getting the null values in this. Okay, how can you deal with the null values? Okay, so null values is also important for us, right, to deal with some calculations sometimes. Okay, in that case, let's start from employee where commission is null. So is the special operator to deal with the null values. See, all the null values you are getting here. So if I use the is not null, you will get the all not null values. You will get the all not null values. Okay. So if I want to deal with the null values, definitely we need to use the is operator. Is operator. So if you want to find out all not null values, we'll use the is not null. Okay. This is about the comparison operators, and this is about the comparison operators. Okay. We already seen about the logical operator. In or not, we already seen. So we have a set operators. We have set operator. Okay. Now we have the employee information with the old and the new both tables we have. Now I need to know without using subqueries and exist in operator. I need to know which employees came the today's file. So any one of the old employee is getting information in the today's file. So ఎవరైనా ఎంప్లాయీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఈ రోజు వచ్చిన ఫైల్లో ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏమైనా వచ్చిందా? So I need to find out. So any employee information has been received of the existing employee in the today's feed. Today's feed, data feed. Feed in the sense file. So in the data we can say feed also. So client will send the data feed. So in that data feed, have you received any existing customer information, existing account holder information, or existing employee information? Okay, so now I need to find out. Now I have my employee table. This table is having the all the employee information. Now this table is having the new employee information, new and old employee both. Now I need to understand. So which employee information has came in the today's feed? Has came in the today's feed. So in the earlier days we have sets in the mathematics. We have sets in the mathematics. So what we have. So now we have two sets here. So set 1 is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8, and set 2 is having another values. Okay. So another is having like a two different values, two different sets here. Now, if I want to find out, so we have the options in mathematics: intersect, union. So if I use the okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8 is one set. We have 1, 6, 7, 4, 5, 1, 9 is the another set. Now, if I want to find out the common records, so if I want to find out the common records in this, if I use the common records, if I want to find out the common record, I need to use the intersect. In mathematics also, we need to use the intersect. Intersect in the sense, whatever the common values we have in this both sets, we will get that value. So it check 1. So 1 is present in this list or not. It displays. Okay, 2. It check for this. It is not present in the second list, so it won't display this. 3. Not present. 4. It present. Okay, so 8. Not present. 8 is not present. So you will get the 1 and 4 is the intersect values. Okay, so and if I use the union, so union in the sense, what are the distinct values in this both sets? What are the distinct values in the both sets? So 1, we have the value this. It check for the, it displays 1. Okay, it displayed. While displaying this, we have 1 here. So it check for the another set of values. It is already present in this. So the value is present in this. It ignore this. it ignore this. This one and this one is going to ignore here. So we don't have 1 in this. After displaying 1 in this output, it eliminate the 1 value in this second set. It eliminate the 1 value in the second set. Okay, now we have the second 2. Okay, 2 is not present in this list. Okay, it displays the 2. We have 3. So not present in this list, it displays. Okay, 4. We have it present in this first list and the second list. In the second list, it ignore the 4. Okay, then it came like 8. Okay, it displays the 8. 8 is present here. So we have another 8 here. So see here. Here, treat like I say, we have 8 also. We have 8 also. So now it displays the first 8. Here it removed. In the second set, it removed that. So in the second set, it removed. So what will happen in the first set? Again, we have 8. This is also going to eliminate it. So first it eliminate this place in the second set and come out to the first set and eliminate the remaining 8s, whatever the 8s we have in the after that 8. So after that 8, whatever the 8s we have, it eliminate all the 8s. Okay, now it will come for this position. No, it will come for this. It already eliminated. It will come this place 6. It will come for this place 6. Displayed and 7. It displayed. And what we have 4 is already eliminated 5. So we need to insert 5. And we have 1 is already eliminated 9. So we have 8 is already eliminated. So this is the union value. Union. If I use the union, I will get this output. So after displaying all the values, it sort the output from low to highest. Low to highest. So what the values we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So it displays the output like this. It displays the output like this. Okay, so it displays the distinct values from the both sets and sort the output in from low to high. Okay, got it? This is about the union. If I use the union all, we have another set operator like a union all. So simply it displays 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8 and 1. It simply append the results, set 1 results with set 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8, 1, 6, 7, 4, 5, 1, 9, 8. It displays like in the similar way. Okay, it won't sort any data. It simply append result 1 with the result 2. This is like result 1, set 1. This is result 2. It displays it append that. So if I use the union all, I will get the result 1 with the result 1 plus a result 2. Okay. So what we have another set operator like a minus. So if we are using like a, this is like a set 1 or table 1. This is like a table 2. Okay. So T1 minus T2 if you perform like this. Okay, if you perform like this. So whatever the values we have in this list, okay, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8. Okay, so you are minusing with this table 2. Okay, what are the values we have in this table set 2? That all values we are going to eliminate or delete. So this 1 is present in this. So I will eliminate this. I will eliminate this. So we have 6. It is not present in this. So I am not eliminating this. 7, not there. 4, I can eliminate here. 5, not there. So 1, it's already eliminated. 9 is not there. 8 is already there. So I can eliminate this. Now we have 2 and 3 is the after. So after performing the table A minus table B and T1 minus T2. So if I perform like a T1 minus T2, so what are the common values we have? T2 values in the T1. What are the common values? T1 values in the, sorry, T2 values in the T1. It ignore that the common values and display the remaining records from the table 1. Now I will get the output like a, so 1 is already present, it ignores that. So 6 is not present. So what are the other values we have in this? Not present in this list, right? That all values I can ignore. I don't bother about the set 2. So I will compare with the set 1, set 2 results with the set 1 and eliminate the common records from the set 1 and display the remaining records from the set 1. Okay, now 1 is already common. So I want to see about that. 2 is not present. So I will display. While displaying 3, I can check in this list. This is not present. I will display. 4 is already present in this second list. It ignored that. 8 is already present here. So it ignored that. So I will get the 2, 3. Okay. Create some table with one column and insert these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8, the similar values and perform like a treat like I said, this is T1 table, this is T2 table and perform union minus intersect both. Okay, now perform like that individual single column and perform the actions. Okay, now I am going to find out common record, common employees from yesterday's to today's page. Now we'll use the common if you want to find out common records in the sense I need to use the intersect. You don't have any information here. Right? You don't have any common records here. Why? I updated with the 9 records with the plus 1000 of salary. So if you want to find out union, if I use the union, see here, this 7369 is having all the records are same. The salary is increased by 1800. So from 800 to 1800. So we increase with 1000 rupees, right? For each and every employee. That's why it is not at all showing like, so if you want to compare, you and me are both same. So what are the things, color and hair, weight, each and everything will same in the sense, then only you and me getting same. So you and me having any minor change also, you cannot able to compare with that people, both are different. So one of the column is different. So it is treating like I say, both are different records, not the common records. Okay, so now we can check with the employee number. Check with the employee number. Employee number and the e-name. Check with these two columns. Take these two columns. Now we have 16 records. Now we have 16 records. So if you compare with the, if you start with the names, you will get like a 7900, 7901 as the same names. James, 7903, 7902 name has like a same is Ford. We updated with the one, right? We inserted with the same name. We have the 4 records here. Okay. These two are the different. If I go with the only employee number, I won't get a, so I will get only how many? I will get only 16 only. I will get 16 only. If I go with the name, here, I will get only 14 names. Okay, so see, if I use the union all, I will get a 14 plus 11. 14 plus 11. 25. Okay, I said right. So if I want to find out the intersect in both, so both names intersect. 11 are the common things. Okay. So if I use the employee number, I will get only 9 records. Okay. So this is about the set operators. Set operators will help you. So usually if I want to find out the distinct records. So now I'm inserting some duplicate record in the I have inserted the data twice in employee underscore new table. Okay. Now see. We have 39 records. Okay, in this we have only how many distinct values we have. See, this out of these 3 we have, so like second record and third record is the both same. Second and the third record is both same. So I want to display unique records. I want to display unique records from this table. Now how many we have? 25. 14 plus 11, 25. Another 14 record has been eliminated. So distinct class will help you to display the distinct rows from the result set. If the table is having the 100 duplicate records, okay, if you have the table is having 100 records, out of that 50 as the duplicate. If I use the distinct class, you will get only 50 records. So if you have any one of the records same entire, it displays only one time. If you have 3 times, 4 times also, it displays only one time. It eliminate all the duplicate values and display the unique record from this. We'll use the distinct or unique as well. UNIUV. See, we get the 25 records. Okay, so the interviewer may ask how to display the unique records or distinct records without using distinct keyword. Without using distinct keyword. So what I said here, whatever the common values we have, so whatever the distinct values we have, it displays only one time. Okay, now you will use the union with the same this set 1 with the set 1 again. It displays it eliminate the all duplicate values. It eliminate the all duplicate values and display the remaining values. Okay, see now. Now I am performing with the same. We are getting 25 records without using distinct and unique. Okay, this is about the set operators. Okay, so we have hierarchical operators. So you please practice with this, and I will let you know about the hierarchical queries. So hierarchical queries will help you. Hierarchical queries will help you. So if you want to find out who is your father, for father. So till your forefathers. So where like your family was born. So if you want to know who is your father, father till your forefathers. Okay. So if you want to find out hierarchy, who is who is you, who is the boss boss till the company CEO. Okay. If you want to find out, else if you know your forefather name, so you want to know like from that family who is alive now, grandchild, like that you need to understand that hierarchy path. You will use the hierarchical queries. I will let you know by tomorrow, and we will start with the function